Hi, my name is Sage and I'm the Youth Program Coordinator here at Community Services Unlimited, and today we're going to be bringing you another video from our Garden Gateway virtual workshop. Today we're going to be talking about sheet mulching. If you're looking to build up soil fertility or suppress weeds, sheet mulching is a great tool in every garden. Healthy soil means healthy food, and so we really want to focus on building up our soil, making it healthy, and making sure it has as many nutrients as possible. Today we're going to be showing you two examples of sheet mulching. One in building up soil fertility in a space that hasn't been used in a while, and in another space we're going to be combating some weeds and trying to suppress them. The success of everything we grow comes from our soil, so healthy soil means healthy food. As gardeners, farmers, people interacting with the earth, we are constantly engaging the soil and building it up and trying to make it as nutrient dense as possible. If you have a space that doesn't have fertile soil or has lots of weeds or grass, it can be expensive to get started. Going and buying mountains of compost and mulch is not cost effective. But sheet mulching is a great way to get your soil up and healthy and also combat those weeds. The beauty about sheet mulching is that you can use everyday household items to build up healthy soil to start your garden. So over at the Village Marketplace, we get drop-offs of deliveries every day. And so most of these deliveries come in cardboard, and instead of throwing them away, what we do is we clean the cardboard, which just means we remove all of the plastic and tape, and once it's cleaned, it's ready to use for sheet mulching. If you don't have a lot of cardboard handy, you can also use old cotton t-shirts, towels, or other 100% cotton or natural fiber materials. These items act as a barrier against existing weeds and can actually cut down weed reoccurrence by up to 75%. They also help the soil retain water, and as they're breaking down, they attract worms to the soil, which help loosen up the soil, and in the process of them breaking down, they're also adding nutrients to the soil, so it's really a win-win. So sheet mulching is really simple. There's actually only 4 steps to the process. First, you want to gather all the materials you're going to be using and make sure they're clean of any plastic or other things that won't break down. Second, you want to pick the area you're going to be working with and clear it so that it's ready to be sheet mulched. Then you're going to lay down your cardboard or other recycled materials, and finally you're going to cover that with either mulch or compost depending on what you want from the area. So right now I'm standing in a bed that hasn't been used in a while. Before it was actually outlined as a bed, there's a lot of foot traffic through here, so the soil has gotten really condensed and pretty hard. So what we're going to do is we've isolated this corner, and we're going to lay down our cardboard and then lay a thick layer of compost on top of that to get it ready to start growing some food. And one tip in laying down the cardboard is you want to make sure it's overlapping, kind of like a puzzle piece. And we do this because as the cardboard breaks down, weeds do start to come up, but if you've layered it on pretty thick, it will prevent them from coming up even more. So it's kind of a fun activity, especially with young kids. Just tell them it's like a puzzle and get started. So as you can see here, the team's laid down a really thick batch of cardboard. And if you want to take a closer look, you can see they're just like overlap to make sure that all the cracks are covered. So in case any weeds do start coming up, we've created a more efficient barrier. Now that we've got the cardboard down, we're at the final step. We're just going to dump some compost right on top. Great, and now I'm just going to level out that compost, make sure it's nice and even over all of the cardboard. And you want to be gentle in this process to make sure you're not actually moving the cardboard around and ruining all the work you did of putting it down. We're going to give it a good watering, and the water is going to help with breakdown of everything and just get all that organic activity going. Don't be shy, give it a nice, good layer of water. From here, if you wanted, you could plant something with a shallow root system right into the compost because it's ready to go. But if you're dealing with soil that needs a lot more amending, you could also put a layer of mulch right on top of this. It would weigh everything down and help with bringing all the nutrients back into the soil. And as you do that, you want to keep watering it, make sure things are alive in there. As far as amending soil goes, it is kind of a longer process on that, but it really works and it's really simple. So if you actually take a look around at this farm, it used to be a parking lot, but we worked so hard amending the soil, sheet mulching, that now it has super fertile ground and we got food popping up everywhere. So stick with it. So like we've been saying, sheet mulching is also really great for suppressing weeds. In this area right here, we do have some nutgrass coming up, and our fight against nutgrass is constant and ongoing. And so on the farm, we use sheet mulching pretty regularly. And just like with amending soil, it's the same process. You need to gather whatever organic material you're going to use, make sure it's clean, put it down on the area that you've cleared, cover that with, in this case, we're going to be covering it with mulch, and then let it do its thing from there. So we'll get going. So yeah, it's the same process. You just want to layer it on really heavy, especially since we're trying to suppress weeds from coming up. You want to make sure that all the cracks are covered so they can't find a way to get up. So now that we have the cardboard down, we're just going to go ahead and dump some mulch on top of it. We're dumping mulch instead of compost because this is a walkway and we're actually not trying to plant anything here. So we're going to take the bucket. Thank you so much for tuning into this Garden Gateway segment on sheet mulching. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us, and be sure to follow us at CSU Inc. on Instagram, and catch up with what we're doing on Instagram or on our website at csuinc.org. See you next time.